Well, in Montpelier, an interesting week ahead. Lawmakers will vote on a bill intended to help the governor fight the president's immigration orders. They'll consider new revenue to pay for Lake Champlain cleanup, and there's another big hearing scheduled over marijuana legalization as well. But 6-7 weeks into the session now, our lawmakers headed down a collision course with the new Republican governor.
Today we are introducing legislation to protect against some of the federal overreach and to reassure our communities and citizens of their safety.
They stood shoulder to shoulder in opposition to President Trump's crackdown on immigrants.
I applaud Governor Scott and Attorney General Donovan's swift and thoughtful approach to addressing the president's executive orders.
But on a range of other issues, divisions appear. State House Democrats rejected Governor Scott's plan to close a big budget gap by level funding public schools. But Scott reminds voters Democrats have offered no alternative plan of their own. While the governor has promised to veto anything this year that raises taxes or fees, some House members are considering doing both, along with a $15 minimum wage. And as the House inches closer to a vote on legalizing small amounts of marijuana, the governor is signaling new opposition because police lack an easy roadside test for marijuana.
And I believe that we need to make sure that we have laws in place, impairment levels and so forth, and a way to detect impairment on our highways.
Under the pains and penalties of perjury.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So where are we headed at the State House this year? The Speaker of the House, Mitzi Johnson of South Hero, weighs in.
Speaker Johnson is back with us tonight. Madam Speaker, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Stuart.
Are you used to being called Madam Speaker yet? Do all your friends and family use it?
Okay. No, but my nieces and nephews call me Tanta Mitzi because of our German heritage, and my sister has encouraged them to call me Tanta Speaker.
We'll call you Madam Speaker then.
Okay.
The legislature didn't like the governor's budget plan because it level funded public schools in order to fund a range of new initiatives, including child care and higher ed. He says he's waiting now in the legislature to present a counter proposal. What is your counter proposal?
We have another chunk of time, 4 or 5 weeks to work on it. I would say the legislature had some pushback for the governor's proposal because it wasn't actually balanced. He took about $138 million worth of spending that is general fund obligation and put it on the backs of property taxpayers with only a fraction of the money to cover that. And I think that's our big pushback is that the plan he laid out it is not implementable in it.
But is there a counter proposal, or are there behind the scenes conversations about how you're going to close this $70 million gap?
We are certainly working on that. As every year the governor proposes a budget, then the legislature proposes, the House proposes their version, then the Senate proposes their version, and we're still working down that path.
All right. As you know, the Judiciary Committee has been working on a new bill that would legalize small amounts of marijuana. Now, in light of the concerns expressed, it's going to be an even smaller amount of marijuana, I understand. Do you favor this bill? Do you think this is something the House can pass?
We are looking at a whole package of real judicial reform kind of issues, things that, as you probably know, we have a very stressed judicial system, and so we're trying to look at how all of the sentencing that happens and how all the laws that feed people into the judicial system create more pressure in that system, and trying to find ways for the judicial branch to really look at the things that matter most. Right now, the biggest stressors are the relief from abuse cases or the children's abuse and neglect cases.
But do you favor legalization?
I would like us to discuss a little more the small amounts. I don't think it helps anybody to be clogging up a court system and putting people in jail for small amounts of marijuana.
Think the House would pass this?
We're looking at what might work, what House members might work, what might work for House members on this issue, because there are a few packages of things that, as I said, we're looking at judicial reform to really make that system work better.
And just 30 seconds left. What issues do you think you've come across in your time as Speaker so far that aren't getting the news coverage that you think they should?
I think probably digging into things like training programs, the reasons behind water quality, and really all of the efforts across state government that are the good news, the parts about making government more efficient, making it work better, and prioritizing to use Vermonters' resources where it'll best suit them.
2 weeks until town meeting. Thanks very much, Speaker Mitzi Johnson. Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you, Stuart.